Good evening, followers, and welcome to this very special edition of Repeat Renditions. And tonight we have live, there they are on the screen, our happy couple themselves. So, hi Zara, hi Steven.
Hi.
Great to see you both tonight, live from not too far away from me up in Airdrie. But thank you so much for taking part tonight. It really is. So, what is it you're drinking there tonight?
We've got the finest Prosecco. I'm sure other labels are available.
Okay, fantastic. And I've got to say, thanks for dressing up. Could we first of all, the bride, maybe pop on your feet and give us a twirl?
Oh, I'll try. Can't move very well in this now, but I'll be there.
Ooh, fantastic. And not to be outshined, Stephen, could you do the same?
Yes,
hold that down at the front. Fantastic. And not his wedding day kilt, I've got to say, ladies and gentlemen, but this one's a good, faithful rugby one, you were telling me, Stephen, yeah?
Football.
Football
for the Scotland football.
Fantastic. But a kilt nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you so much to both Zara and Steven for taking part in Repeat Renditions number 3. In this series during our lockdown period. I hope you're all enjoying it. Why don't you just give me a wee like down the bottom there just now if you're enjoying Repeat Renditions. And we've got another one coming up live on Sunday, which is a couple called Laura and Ian, and it's our first anniversary. So watch out for that one next. But to tonight's couple, Zara and Steven. So guys, just remind me and tell the listeners and audience, where was your ceremony and what date was it on?
It was the 12th of October 2018 and we were married at the Georgian Hotel in Coatbridge.
Fantastic. And just talk me through, first of all, Zara, your bridal party. Who was in it and why did you pick them?
So, my chief bridesmaid was my sister, Amanda, who done an amazing job. Thanks. And my crazy best friend, Lorna, just because she's exactly like me. She's fantastic. So
great.
The best bridal party in the whole world.
Fantastic, great stuff. And Steven, your groomsmen party, best men?
My groomsmen were made up of Ross McGee, MBE, and Tiff, both long-term friends of mine. Both have had my back through a lot of things that we went through for both myself individually and also Zara as a couple, and even since young Kaelin came on the scene, the two of them have always been a good background for us.
Fantastic. And what I remember the most about the bridal party and the groomsmen party, the best men, is a very special someone who came down the aisle first before anybody. Just tell us about who that person was.
So aside from obviously my wife, one of the most important people of our day was to share it with our young son Kaelin, otherwise known as Captain Chaos. So
yep.
He's everything to us. Everything we do is for Kaelin and about Kaelin, and whether it's on social media, work, whatever, everything's kind of tailored towards him. He's just a special wee boy for us.
Fantastic. And why did you, Zara, on your son Kaelin? So, do you remember what he was like that day before he came down Nile?
Oh, he was super excited. I think he thought he was famous because he was getting to walk down Nile first. This was a time for Kaelin to shine. Yeah. So he loved it, wasn't nervous. I think he quite likes a bit of attention like that.
Well, I'm sure we've got a bit about him in the story, of course, which our audience will hear in a few minutes. So thanks for that. And then I always talk during Repeat Renditions, as you got to know in the first two, about what symbolic gestures the couples have discussed with me at our meetings and mean the most to them. And for Zara and Steven, they chose two symbolic gestures, and one we've talked about so far. So Zara, tell us about the first one that you picked for your special day.
So we chose to have a warming of our rings. So basically, we passed our rings through all of our guests. Each guest got to hold their rings and make a special wish, a special thought for us throughout our marriage. So when the rings came back to us, everyone had kind of given them a wee blessing, and a wee nice thought towards them when we got them back.
Yeah, it's a really nice gesture. And we also have a bit of fun when we're discussing this one about will the rings come back when they go round all the guests, and thankfully Zara and Stevens did come back down to the best man on the day, which was quite handy for later on in the ceremony. And Stephen, the other symbolic gesture, just tell us about that one and why you picked it, and let's see it.
So we've still got ours. We kept it in our wee memory box. So just stand up here, so it's Zara, you hold one side.
Yeah. Wow.
So it is the cross, and what it's made up of is both our tartans from our family. So we've got the Finlay clan tartan, and as my surname McFalls doesn't have its own tartan, we chose the Spirit of Scotland. Both is are quite patriotic, so we went with the Spirit of Scotland, and it was the backdrop of how you actually tie the knot. So we really like the thought of that.
Yeah.
Bringing the two families together.
Yeah, and it's worth mentioning that tying and all, that's where the phrase came from actually. It's an ancient Celtic marriage ritual, of course, and very fitting with the song we heard at the start of tonight's live was the theme from Braveheart, wasn't it, Stephen? The Picked by Yourself, yeah?
Yeah, we picked Braveheart again, just kind of going with the theme of kind of Scotland and our Scottish background, and who doesn't love Braveheart?
Good stuff, fantastic. And without further ado, I guess, I think it's time to hear your story. And I know you've seen the story in print, and I know you've heard it that day, but I hope this gives you a bit of a reminder of the day. So everyone, please enjoy. Let me set the scene, of course, first of all, by welcoming you all here today. My name's George McLean, and I'm a Humanist marriage officer with Fuse Ceremonies. And I'm delighted when Zara and Steven asked me to conduct their wedding ceremony for them today. They've chosen to marry in this beautiful venue here at the Georgian Hotel in Coatbridge. And I want you all to enjoy, witness and share in the joy of today's marriage of Zara Finlay and Steven McFalls. Of course, everyone has a story, and I'd like to share with you Zara and Steven's story as they told it to me. And so to the happy couple themselves. Zara and Steven first met during the school holidays of 2002, whilst on a visit to the local time capsule in Coatbridge. They were only 14 and 15 respectively at the time, and they were both at the time capsule with their friends Joanna and Thomas. Zara was in the pool, while Steven was in the ice skating area. When Steven noticed Zara through the window, he decided to go into the swimming, but realised that he had no swimming shorts with him. Undeterred by this minor fact, Steven boldly went into the pool area in his boxer shorts, no less. Playing it cool, remember, he's just in his boxer shorts, he headed into the pool, when Zara approached him. Jackpot, he thought. Zara then asked Steven if he wanted to nip her friend Joanna. Steven declined and told Zara it was actually her he wanted to nip. But Zara, being the loyal friend that she is, had to seek permission first from her pal first. So a few swims back and forth later, the green light was given, and lo and behold, our happy couple shared their first kiss under the bridge near the big flume in the time capsule. Unforgettable indeed, I'm sure you'll all agree. Zara went to Coatbridge High, and Steven was at St Ambrose, so dating was difficult. But Steven managed to get a job as a DJ's helper, which gained him access to the Coatbridge High third-year school disco, which they both now class as their first official date. At the tender ages of 19 and 17, a few years later, Steven started to hatch a plan for his proposal to Zara. Steven wanted his dad, George, to give him an incredible memory of helping him not only to plan things, but to be instrumental in allowing it to happen at his own birthday party. Leading up to the proposal that night, George had given Steven a couple of pep talks. And just as he thought on the night, he already had stalled a few times about asking Zara to be his wife. Steven finally plucked up the courage, got down on one knee, and popped a question to Zara. An answer, I'm told, he's technically still to receive an answer for, as Zara just screamed, "Shut up! Shut up!" and jumped all over him. I guess Zara's smile from ear to ear was all the answer Steven needed. So in all the respect today to George, as his memory will certainly live on during this most special of days for Steven and Zara. From there, the relationship grew from strength to strength, and over the years they've enjoyed many holidays away together. They both remember their first holiday to Tenerife, when Zara simply refused to go on holiday with her family unless Steven was allowed to come. I'm told Zara's dad, Jim, is still feeling the financial effects of the extra passenger. It was on this holiday that Steven officially became part of the family, as Zara's aunts, uncles and family friends, who all met in Tenerife each year, gave him the thumbs up of approval. They also enjoyed later on a trip to New York together to celebrate Zara's 21st birthday. But the highlight of their holidays has to be seeing wee Caelan's face on their family trip to Disneyland Paris in 2006. They were saving for their wedding at this point, but opted to take Caelan to Disneyland Paris instead and postpone their plans to get married for this trip of a lifetime with their son. From a very young age, Zara and Steven have always felt very paternal, and they just knew they would love being parents one day. They sure hit the jackpot when Caelan came along. Nicknames are a thing for this happy lot. Caelan is known as Captain Chaos. We heard that earlier from Steven. Steven has been called Bebeto due to his tan and footballing ability as a kid. And Zara sometimes answers to Zanzibar. Steven and Zara's nicknames, courtesy of Steven's dad George, but all in good fun, of course. Now you all know Zara and Steven. They often were described as a life at every party, particularly Zara at McKee and Div's house. However, they viewed Caelan's arrival as the perfect opportunity to settle down and focus on building a family and starting a new chapter in their lives. Anyone who has had the pleasure of meeting or knowing Caelan wouldn't describe him as a normal child, as from a very young age he has had a swagger and a character that's oozed confidence. Always polite and well-mannered, and into everything from football to boxing to wrestling, but is as equally comfortable with his self-taught dance moves. Moonwalking and singing classics from Michael Jackson can often be seen and heard. Perhaps we'll see some of that skill later on this evening on the dance floor. Caelan has given Zara and Steven a million laughs with his electric patter and a million hugs and kisses to match with his more affectionate side. He's everything they could have dreamed or hoped for 7 years ago. Family means everything to Zara and Steven, and they can't thank Zara's parents, Jim and Maureen, enough for being amazing parents and grandparents. Since Caelan's arrival, they have been a constant in his life and offer childcare way above the level anyone could expect or hope for. Caelan loves the pair of them So much that sometimes Zara and Steven don't get a look in. Amanda is not only a sister and a maid of honour today, but a best friend and a superb godmother to Caelan. She is someone they can call a role model and someone who has taught Caelan so much already in his young life. Steven's mum, Mother Teresa, has always been likened by Steven as a saint. A woman who has been through and has done so much for Steven and Zara without the need or ask for anything in return, or without the need of an explanation, and always a strong font of knowledge and advice when required. Zara and Steven's relationship is fun, exciting, and spontaneous. Apparently, Steven tends to fall asleep a lot and has been known to fall asleep on toilet seats at house parties, local nightclubs, and trains. He seems to find loo rolls as comfy pillows. One time he fell asleep on the last train home, so missed his stop, resulting in a drunken 13-mile walk home from Bathgate to Airdrie. Zara is degree educated, but by her own admission can lack a little common sense at times, much to Steven's amusement. Her one-liners are stuff of legends. While she was pregnant, she had some discomfort in her shoulder. So while Steven was massaging it, he said, "You should really go and see a physician." Zara replied, "What's a physician?" Steven replied, "It's a doctor." Zara then said, "I thought a physician was a female magician." Steven laughed so much he nearly fell off the bed. See what I mean about the relationship being fun, exciting, and spontaneous? We better add a little crazy to that list of descriptions. Zara and Steven truly see today as the start of their forever, and as the next chapter of their story begins. Please everyone, let's hear it now for our happy couple, Steven and Zara.
Yay! Cheers!
That was so much fun reading that out second time around. Guys, if you enjoyed that, can you give us a like or a comment down in the bottom here on the live feed? I'd love to know if you enjoyed that story. And it really does demonstrate that with a humanist marriage ceremony, the creation of the couple story is about working together with myself, and in this occasion with Zara and Steven, and they have full copy, they have full sign off on everything. I'll only read out what I'm allowed to read out. So I always say that to couples at the start: don't tell me stuff that you don't read out. And clearly, you guys were more than happy with reading that out. Not only once, but twice. So thank you for that. I wanted to continue, and I guess finish off by telling you Zara and Steven's 4 reasons. So this is something you've got used to. I've done it in my first 2 repeat renditions. So I asked the couples in secret, without each other knowing, to email, WhatsApp me, message me, 3 reasons why they love the other one. And then 1 reason, a 4th reason, the thing that drives them crazy, mad, bonkers about the relationship. Something fun, of course. Remember, I see both copies, so I've not had to really correct anyone yet. It's always usually something fun, so thankful for that. So let me start off by Zara reminding you of Steven's 3 reasons why he loves you. So reason number 1, I love Zara. Her desire to be the best mother to Caelan as possible. By Zara having this drive and single-mindedness, our lives are naturally more full and packed with more fun and laughter. I only look like I'm in control, but admit Zara is the glue that keeps us all together and moving forward.
I forgot you said that.
Reason number 2, her smiles and her eyes. Without sounding like a cliche, every room she walks into gets brighter because of them. I've said from day one it was that attracted me most to Zara first. Her bum was a very close third though, like seriously close.
What can I say?
And reason number 3, her cooking is off the chart. As long as we're together, I've came to the realisation I'll never be skinny. She's awesome in the kitchen. Zara and my dad would have made an insane duo. But the one thing, ladies and gentlemen, that drives Steven mad, and we need to check if it's got any better, is Zara's inability to make decisions. Whether that be her outfits, what she wants for dinner, places to go as a family, parks to take Kaelin to, where we should go on holiday, the list is endless. All of the above usually result in a long drawn out process, where she goes back, of course, to the discussion with the first thing we talked about first. Now, Steven, can you tell us all, has that got any better a year and a half down the line?
George, about an hour and a half ago, the same issue. George is going to phone us at 6 o'clock, so what we're having for dinner, I suggested that we would have chicken wraps.
Right.
We would have some form of chicken wraps. No, chicken wraps are too messy, they'll take too long. You've got that thing to do with George, and then we'll get a wee meeting before we do the thing with George at 20 past 8. So we've got all this to do, then we'll get Kaelin to feed, and then we'll get us to feed. So I think we should maybe go for something like baked potatoes, something quite quick. I says, I'm happy with baked potatoes and wanted baked potatoes. Or maybe we could have chilli. There's some chilli from yesterday. Why don't we have chilli? I says, I didn't really fancy chilli 2 nights in a row. Right, okay, well, the chicken wraps then.
Right. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 18 months in. Maybe we should check on you in your 10-year anniversary, right? Anyway. Okay, Steven, let me remind you of Zara's 3 reasons, first of all, why she loves you. Reason number 1, I love how he makes me feel. Steven is the only person that makes me feel like I can conquer the world. He makes me feel like I can do anything and gives me the confidence like no one else can. Reason number 2, I love how even when I am mad or low or mad with Steven, he can still make me laugh. He can make me laugh even when I'm mad at him. He can make me smile through my tears. He just makes me happy. And reason number 3, she says it's too hard. Okay, so I'm going to cheat and say his giggle, his beard, Stevie T, and how much of a great dad he is. I think she stole about 4 there, I think, Steven, so you're lucky man. Okay, here's the all-important but. So, but, the one thing that drives Zara mad, Steven, and I want to know if it's got any better, is I hate that Steven always hides the dirty cutlery underneath the basin so he doesn't have to wash it. And he still thinks that I haven't sussed that one out yet. Zara, has that got any better?
Well, I'll use Steven's choice of words.
Right.
About an hour and a half ago.
Okay, enough said.
He didn't know what was the cutlery. It was under the basin. It's not changed.
It's not getting any better. Okay, well, it's a good job that they're just a little bit of fun, ladies and gentlemen. So, guys, thank you so much again. We've got a really special ending to tonight's repeat renditions, where first of all, tell us what your first dance song was, guys.
Our first dance song was to Brett Young, In Case You Didn't Know.
Fantastic. So the guys are going to pop it on. I hope you can hear it through the speakers there. And we're going to watch them have a wee shimmy around the living room. And whilst they do that, I would love to hear and see some of your comments down the bottom. Have you enjoyed tonight's format? The first 3 of the repeat renditions have all been different. Trying to have different ways to do these, so any suggestions would be great. It doesn't mean that every couple have to do live videos. We can have pictures behind the scenes. If you're a couple of mine and I've married you and conducted your ceremony and you want to take part in this little lockdown bit of fun, please get in touch. But hopefully you guys are ready.
Yeah.
About.
So we're going to let this play for a minute or so you guys can see them having a wee shimmy around the living room. And leave your comments. Thanks, guys.